everyone, Lisa here from Forest City Stitching. I hope everyone had a good week. I am a day late filming this and I was really just tired yesterday. So yeah, we're beginning another heat wave. You can really see my tan lines on my sunglasses, I can see. Yeah, starting another heat wave today. And yeah, yesterday I did do a 10-kilometer run in the morning, and then we had a free swim at the pool near our house, so I wanted to wait for that to start before I worried about showering and all that jazz. So I didn't want to film in between the run and swimming. And then by the time I went swimming and then had a shower, and then it was time for Blue Jays baseball, basically. And in between the shower and that, yeah, I did like some dinner prep. I baked muffins. I baked peach and pear cobbler. So yeah, so I did all that, and then I was possibly going to film after dinner, but yeah, I was just too tired. So that was what my yesterday was like. And Saturday, my son and I went to a craft show called Art in the Barn, not too far from us. So we did that first thing, because he didn't have baseball practice, so we did that first thing before it got hot. It was good. We didn't really buy anything other than a cookie and some lemonade, but yeah, there was some good vendors there. Yeah, so that was how my weekend shaped up. And yeah, I was just tired, so I think I just needed to get caught up on some sleep. Yeah, so here we are today. It's after work, and so I thought, let's get this done before I change into my comfy clothes. It's very hot in this room. And yeah, so let's get to see some stitching. All right. So I will start with, I'm a couple days behind. Okay, right now 3 days behind on my Jolly July. But that's okay. It is what it is. So yeah, let me show you what I've been working on. No new starts this week, but I do have a finish. So you have that to look forward to. So the first thing I worked on this week was Believe by Erin Elizabeth. Right? Yes, Erin Elizabeth design. And I am doing that on 28 count. This was a fabric of the month with Roxy Floss, one of the earlier fabrics of the month. I'm doing it 1/1. And the color I'm using is actually Polar Ice. So there's a slight hint of blue, which you can't really see, but liking how that is coming along. That's just in my big bag of Christmas projects. All right, next. Not a lot of progress on this one, but some, is Dream of a Winter Garden by Modern Folk Embroidery. So this, I believe, was our bonus chart with the very first holiday countdown, if I'm remembering correctly. And this is how mine's looking. Now I did change the color of the birds to be blue. And what I added this time around are those leaves. And what I've decided is I'm only going to do this middle band. And I don't think I'm going to stitch the border around it. I think that'll make it a little bit easier for finishing. So that is also kind of slow going. So for this one, I am using the called for flosses, except I said I did change the color of the birds, and the called for flosses were part of that holiday countdown. And I was able to kind of get extra, so I'll be fine as far as not running out of flosses, that's for sure. Okay, next is funny because a lot of these pieces I'm not even gonna really kind of put back because they're gonna come out again eventually this month. Next is Arranging Ornaments by Ink Circles. And I added Mary, added that S, or added M-E, and I added S. That's what I added. That was looking a little fuzzy, I thought. But, and I'm doing that in a Roxy floss conversion. Just to have a bunch of random flosses. Okay, Prairie Schooler. So I worked on the train up here. This is like a pretty big ornament. So that's how it's looking. And I focused on the cart of the train. So this is all so far 844. DMC 844. So kind of slow going. You'll see more Prairie Schoolers this month, so that one won't go far either. Okay, and I'll show you my finish next. So this finish is one of the ornaments that was a bonus Christmas ornament from the 2020 Linen and Threads mystery sale. And so each month we also got an ornament in addition to that month's pattern. So this was the August ornament, and it's all done. I just feel like things aren't focusing very well. So that's how that one looks. And the floss I used was a DMC variegated, and it's 4515. See, like that's not focusing at all. Come on. Nope. Yeah, 4515. Just take my word. So that's all done. And then I pulled out Jack Frost Tree Farm. And we're working in the cookie block at the bottom there. So I got that sign done. So this is also on my whip go for finish a block. So I'd like to get that done eventually. yeah, that's how that piece is looking. Sorry with it. And last but not least, I worked on Flosstube Friends a bit. So again, I am stitching on Sarah's the Rocking Chair Stitchers piece. And so that's how hers is looking. And there's my gal right there. Let me just fold that over a little bit. So she's looking. Looking pretty good. And we have, it's almost the middle of the month, so I have, let's say 15 days to finish that gal and get it in the mail. So that needs to be a priority. So my plans for this week, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So this weekend is Midsummer Stitch. I do think I'm going to buy a ticket, and I probably should do that when I get off of here. I'm not going to be online very much because my son is having a baseball tournament next weekend and this weekend, and so we have a game Friday afternoon, and now we've just been scheduled another game, makeup game, Friday evening. This is in addition to his game tomorrow and Wednesday this week. And then on Saturday, he has a game at 8:30 in the morning and then another game at 4:30 in the afternoon. And the tournament is taking place in St. Mary's, so it's about half an hour, 40 minutes away from here. And yeah. And then on Sunday is a run to Port Stanley. And so as of right now, he's not scheduled to play any games on Sunday, but if they do well, which could happen, probably not, but maybe. We don't know what these other teams are like. He could be scheduled to play a game Sunday. So as of right now, I'm going to plan on doing my run to Port Stanley, but that might change. So with that being said, my availability to get online to Midsummer Stitch will be like Saturday evening, as I'm in a comatose state from watching 2 baseball games in the heat. And Sunday afternoon, after watching 4 total baseball games for the weekend, plus a potential run to Port Stanley. So yeah. So if I am able to make it online, I'll definitely check out the International Stitchers Room or Canadian Stitchers Room, whatever might be the case. But yeah, I think I'm going to be more of a lurker than anything. But I am interested in the exclusive patterns from, like the exclusive pattern from Jet Stitch. And is there another one I've seen? I know Can the Stitcher was having going to do a pattern as well, but I don't know if we've got a sneak peek of that. Oh, the Blue Flower. Did she have a pattern? Or am I making that up? Can't remember. But I am interested in that, and I will likely log on and listen to some of the talks even if it's just listening to it like in the car, right? So yeah, so that's the plan for Midsummer Stitch. So buying a ticket, just don't know how much I will be online, but if I am, I hope I can see some of you. Yeah, and then so with that being said, as far as what I get done for stitching next week, we'll see what happens. Just with all those baseball games, and then also with it being so hot, who knows. We're running out of time this month, so I don't know if they're going to be able to reschedule anything because of the heat, but I think we'll just have to wait and see what the coaches decide. Yeah, we'll just keep the kids hydrated and make sure they have shade when they can. So it'll all be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, so I think that's all. Oh, one thing. You might have noticed Blueberry J wasn't in my stitching rotation this week. They're on the West Coast, and so the times have been very late. So I haven't even been really watching many of the games. Yes, they had more of a day game yesterday, but just with everything that I was trying to get accomplished yesterday, I actually focused on Flosstube friends instead. So I'm just going to be banking those stitches until, I don't know, one of the other games that I can watch. Because now we're on the All-Star break. So they're back in Toronto on the 17th. We now have 2 games that day. So all the games next weekend might be difficult as well. So Blueberry J will continue to bank its stitches. I think right now I have 470 so far. That's not counting yesterday's game to stitch. So hopefully it'll be a big chunk of stitches to add to that. Okay, that's enough rambling for today. I hope everyone has a great week. Stay cool if you're in Southern Ontario, because it's hot. And see you next week.